Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your JAYFLIGHT SLX 267 BHS bunkhouse travel trailer. Got a pretty cool unit here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, your awning. There's plenty of room for that awning to come out. And then over here on your off campsite, of course, your slide. Be plenty of room for that to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top. Then leave yourself a nice walking path here, because what else I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your docking station is going to be behind your tires, almost to the rear of the unit on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your power is actually on the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so that you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is get our unit level. Now, stick on level in the middle of your unit is not a bad idea at all. Have someone watch that while you raise or lower your tongue. You do have a manual override for that hand crank if you lose power. And you have a docking light should you arrive at night. Speaking of power, check your battery posts. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once our unit's level, next thing you're gonna do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit, you've got these stabilizing jacks. A 3/4 inch hand crank. Put that on there, crank these down. Now, as these come down, I'm gonna recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads for the ground are gonna protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop in the summer, keep them from sinking into the ground. Really good investment with your 10% off coupon to grab a 4-pack of those, set them down, and then run these down. Now, you only want to run these down until they're on top of your pads, and then you start to get some resistance in your hand crank here. Once you do, you know you're down far enough, because you don't want to lift up the unit at all. You just want to make these nice and taut. We got our unit level and stable. Now we can hook up our power and water. Again, your 30 amp cord stores in the back of the unit right here. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need it, is a 30 to 110 adapter. Comes with your convenience pack. Plug in at home. Got our power hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up our water. At the campsites, we'll hook up to the city water connection. Open this up and grab your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting water into your city water connect or your black tank flush. Hook that up, hook your hose up, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is on the rear here. All we're going to do at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that on there nice and snug. Once that's on there tight, then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Go inside, open up your water taps. Once you got a steady flow of water coming out of there, then you can turn on your hot water heater indoors. Now, if we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water, we're gonna go boondocking somewhere. In that case, we'll fill up our potable water or fresh water tank. I thought yours was on the off camp side, but it's over here on the campsite. So just above your tires here, here's your potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can just fill this up with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks and your battery. Hold the fresh water button down, that'll tell you when this is full. And now remember, when using potable water here, or fresh water, is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. I'm going to start here on the campsite and walk you around the unit. So you have your big pass-through storage here. A few hitch work in there. This is a clamp that'll hold the door back, entry door. If you're camping and your picnic table's down there, starts to rain, you don't want the water coming off the end, you have these pitch adjusts. Simply pull down on that and that'll point your awning to this way or the other end as well. Your steps will fold up. Here's your low point drain for your fresh water. There's a clamp in your bedroom for a television. That'll snap right on here. Plug your TV in, hook up your cable, outdoor TV. That is the vent for your microwave. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things, if you run your furnace, steer clear because it will get hot, 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 hot. Also, do not block this. Keep anything from blocking that. Your outdoor kitchen, electric fridge. Simply pull this forward. Take that hose right there. Connect up underneath right here. Then you have your quick connect right there. You'll have to hand light that with a stick lighter. So press it back in. Remember to lock your outdoor kitchen. It's a deadbolt key. Again, your hot water heater and power. Unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Spare tire with a cover. There's where you plug your cable in. Over here's your outdoor shower, black tank flush, and city water. The black tank flush we'll talk about when we dump our black tanks. You also have a low point drain here, which are right up underneath there, just above your sewage dump. And finishing on your off campsite, up here is your pass-through storage. Your propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. So we point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Check your battery post when you arrive. I already mentioned that. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look up inside your unit. So the thing I'd like to point out first, as you come in the entry doorway, is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Just to the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day and you're boondocking, nothing plugged in charges your battery, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Up here on the wall, for your interior and exterior lighting, that'll be your awning light. Here's where you check your levels, your brand new battery. Fresh water, that's where you can tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Your water heater if just using gas. Your water heater if on electric. Slide in and out, awning in and out. Run your awning the rest of the way out. Just want to run it so that white flap falls down. Sometimes when it's wet, you may have to run it in and out a couple times to get it to fall. Just want to run it out till that flap falls down. There we go. And then you can see that brown bar. As far as you want to run out. Now this will extend past that, so keep an eye on it. You have speakers in the ends of your awning, which are nice because they point down at your campsite instead of out at everyone else's. We'll run that in. I'll shut off your awning light. And once we have your awning in, we will go ahead and continue walking around the rest of the unit. Individual lighting here. Self-explanatory microwave. You have your light and a fan here. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. When you turn this to your flame, it'll turn red. Hit your spark and there's your flame. So same thing on the oven. Turn it to the flame, light it here, no need for a pilot light anymore, and then just set it to the desired temperature. Panel light down is an oven light. Below your oven, access panel to breaker box and fuses. A couple 40s in there, a ton of 15s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Your no-cold fridge, we'll hold that in for about 5 seconds. That'll turn that on. So whatever is white is what you're controlling. Right here's the freezer, here's the fridge. We want our freezer on 5, our fridge on 3. You can change it over here. And then this is a night mode. It tells the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing as much. Could you save me some power? And it does so. Coming back into your bunk area, your individual lighting here, USB ports over there. Under this bed is some storage and more individual lights in a 110. Here in the hallway, same thing, one-touch lighting. I just want to mention your bathroom back here, where your shower's at. You have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. Plumbing for your sink. Just keep an eye on your water underneath here. Bouncing the house down the road, things can wiggle loose. So let's start by turning on your air. It's your thermostat around the corner here. AC kicked on. I'm going to shut the AC off. Notice it takes just a couple seconds for your AC to shut off. Now I'm going to turn on your furnace. You hear that running. Alright, now you notice when I shut the furnace off, you'll hear the fan runs a little bit longer than the AC fan. Oh yeah, she shut off pretty quickly. This table, lift it up and remove those legs. Put your table down on these lips. Put your back cushions on top for another sleeping area. More individual lighting. Same thing behind the bunk there. Jackknife here. A little bit of storage there, but mainly for a nice sleeping area. Lift up the front and pull forward on the back to get its jackknife back down. You are prepped for a TV over here. If you decide to hook up a television, down here where you plug in your cable, make sure this green light's on. That's a digital channel enhancer that'll allow you to pick up more channels. There's a remote for your Furion sound system. You got to set up the Bluetooth. Let's go to AM FM. Get a channel to come in out here. Scan that. So 3 zones: indoors, outdoors, or both. AM FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player, USB ports, HDMI in, headphone jack, auxiliary jack. Nice Furion sound system. In your bedroom, lastly, here's a clamp that you can hook a TV up on. This clamp will go right outside and snap on outdoors. Cable in 110 here. This is a template in case you ever decide to wire this unit for solar. Some individual lighting here. We come over to the other side. Switch here will give us some accent lighting. Travel. Make sure this door and your other bedroom doors are snapped back for travel. But covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. So I like to shut off my main light. Then I can walk around the unit and see any lighting that I've left on. I know our bathroom's off. There's a lot of one touch in this. So you do want to make sure all your lighting is off. Once that's off, we'll come back over here, turn on our interior lighting, and bring a slide in. So doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. Specifically, your entertainment drawer right here. Make sure that's closed so this slide doesn't catch on it as it comes in. I do want you to hear as this slide ends, that little noise right there. That is no harm. That's the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. Shut off our interior lights. Exit the unit. Lock and deadbolt your unit. Lift and turn this handle. Doors secure. Steps. We're just going to fold a couple times. It's kind of hard to do one-handed here. You got to lift it up in there. There we go. At this time, we are going to unhook our cable, our water, our power, and bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Then we're going to go ahead and dump our low point drain. If we're using potable water, we'll open up that. If we are hooked up at a campsite, we would dump these two low point drains. Then we're going to head back around to our hot water heater. Open this up. Pull on our pressure release valve. Then dump the rest of the hot water out of there. Snap that down or this door will not close. And then you can pull your drain plug. Hook up our hitch and head on up to our dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on your off campsite. First thing we're going to do, hook up a 10-foot hose and pull our black handle. That's going to be clean. That's going to be your sewage water. Once that sounds like it's no longer dumping, keep that black handle open. Again, with your water pressure regulator, come up to this tank flush. Hook up the hose at the dump station. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Close that up. Close your black handle. Pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That'll help clean your sewage hose out a little bit. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right here in the bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.